Hello, everyone. Without a doubt, this last year has been incredibly tough for our island workforce and businesses. Every day, our department continues to work hard to support islanders through these difficult times. Today, I'm here to share ways that we're here to help. Today, we're relaunching the Prince Edward Island Emergency Payment for Workers. This $500 payment is for workers and self-employed islanders who have completely lost their income or had their hours reduced by at least 12 hours a week from February 28th to March 14th because of the latest modified red level restricted measures announced yesterday. Details and the application for the Prince Edward Island Emergency Payment for Workers will be available on our government's website by tomorrow. And that webpage is www.princeedwardisland.ca/COVID-for-business. Also, I want to note that this program is in addition to what workers are eligible for through federal supports. Those federal supports are employment insurance, or if you're not eligible for EI, there's the Canada Recovery Benefit. If you've tested positive or have been told to self-isolate, there's the Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit. Or if you're caring for a family member or child under 12 while schools are closed, or if they've been told to self-isolate, there's the Canada Recovery Caregiving Benefit. Details on all of these federal supports can be found on the Government of Canada's website, canada.ca. Today, we're also relaunching the Employee Gift Card Program. These $100 grocery cards are for workers directly affected by the provincial health orders announced yesterday. This grocery gift card is for workers who have been laid off between February 28th to March 14th. More information on the Employee Gift Card Program is now available on our government's website. And the application for employers to apply for these grocery gift cards is now available on our website also. And once again, that webpage is www.princeedwardisland.ca/COVID-for-business. In the coming days, we'll be rolling out a $1 million fund to help islanders who are off sick and don't have access to paid sick leave and may experience a gap in trying to access other federal supports. Also in the coming days, staff from our department will be meeting with stakeholders to discuss the gaps in business supports to ensure our business community is supported. I want to thank all islanders for your patience as we roll out these supports. And lastly, there's a variety of safe ways to support our local businesses during this time, like ordering online, delivery, social distance pickups, or curbside drop-offs. And we applaud all our local businesses for being so innovative and accommodating in providing these safe options for their customers. We hope these restricted measures won't be a long time and that we can get back to where we are very soon. Through these next few days, you have our support, and we'll get through this together. Thank you, everyone. I'll now open it up for questions.
Wayne Thibodeau, CBC.
Good afternoon, Matthew MacKay, and thanks so much for taking our questions. Can you talk to me a little bit more about this $1 million fund for those who are off on sick leave and no access to paid sick leave? I'm assuming this is something new. This is not something that was offered before in the province, and how will it work?
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. You are right. This is a new program. So there is quite a significant amount of federal supports out there right now, but this $1 million pot is there. If there's any gaps of people that are struggling to access any of the federal supports, this will be there. Obviously, this next few days is crucial of what's taking place in the island right now. We want to make sure that there were supports there for islanders when they need them.
And if you give us some sense, I understand more details are released shortly, but how would someone access this? What are the qualifications that would be needed to tap into this fund?
We'll be coming in with more details, Wayne, in the next day or two on that. But basically, anything that's fallen under a gap of the federal support. So if somebody's home with sick, whether they've got symptoms or their employer doesn't want them back at this time, anything there's a gap, we want to make sure that there's a fund there to access, and this is what that $1 million is going to go towards.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Wayne.
Allison Jenkins, Guardian.
Yes, good afternoon. Thanks for updating us about this today. I wanted to ask how many people have accessed this $500 emergency payment and gift card the first time you rolled it out, and do you expect a similar uptake this time around?
I don't know if I have that information right in my hand, Allison, but we are expecting not as big a uptake on this round, but I can get you more exact numbers and get somebody to email them to you here after this conference.
Sure. Yeah, that would be great. And I had a question about the $1 million fund as well. It sounds like it's for a similar cohort of people that would access this emergency payment and the gift cards. Is there, do you anticipate that it is the same like qualifiers that will see who gets this money?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. You know, there's a lot of anxiety right now, especially with people wondering where their money's going to come from to pay their bills and put food on the table. So this $1 million fund is essentially there that we want to make sure that people know we're there to support them. So once we have a little more details on that, but the federal programs out there, a lot of people don't know they exist. So one thing we're going to do is start pushing those programs out. And like I say, if there's any gaps, this is where this $1 million pot will cover.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stu Neatby, The Guardian.
Hi, good afternoon, Minister. Back in June, the province changed the Employment Standards Act to allow for emergency leave, but basically left this leave as sort of an unpaid leave. I mean, given the fact that most of the public exposure spots now seem to be workplaces, why didn't the province sort of put in place paid sick leave or paid emergency leave provisions at that point to, you know, basically give more of an incentive for people to isolate?
It's a good question, Stu. I don't have the answer to that one, and I think that's definitely part of this $1 million pot right now is for that. We want to make sure that we get our current COVID situation under control, but at the same time, we want to make sure people can put food on their table and survive. So that's what this $1 million pot is for at this time.
Okay, so the provincial opposition has basically called for, you know, there to be a paid sick leave program put in place with even possibly a rebate for businesses that might be sort of struggling. Is that basically how this would work? Like the $1 million, are we talking about paid sick leave or just sort of another, you know, kind of income relief program at the moment?
At this point, it's an income relief program, basically to make sure that nobody gets fallen through the cracks. We want to make sure that there's money there for people that need it. Like I say, with what's going on over the last couple of days and a lot of anxiety in our current COVID situation, we wanted to be there to support Islanders, and this is what this $1 million fund is for.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Stu.
Laurent Rigaud, La Voix.
Yes, good afternoon. I have a question about the emergency payment you talked about. Is it for every sort of, workers like employees or self-employed as well?
That's right. So that $500 will cover anybody that has been affected during this red zone that we're currently in right now. And the application will be up and line tomorrow, and we can start rolling it out relatively quick. Over the next 72 hours, we'll be able to see money in Islanders' bank accounts.
Okay, and just to follow up, you said it's for the period during the red alert, so it's not for the circuit breaker. If the red alert stops on Wednesday night, it will be over after that.
Right, so we're monitoring the situation. Obviously, this COVID is one day at a time. We don't know what tomorrow's going to look like, so we're trying to be as proactive as we can to make sure that that the supports are there if needed.
Thanks.
Thank you. Well, that's great. Thanks, media. Thanks, everyone online. Everybody be safe and take care, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.